Ceramic tile. High quality stuff, lasts a long time, very durable, not hard to install. But if you're trying to work with tile that is already there and is in good shape and is secure, how can you funk it up? There's quite a bit of R&D that went into coming up with the final product where we etched a plan. Didn't come up with much. Did learn about etching cream. People are using it to like make coasters on slate. And so I decided to experiment. I didn't have a lot of extra tile to experiment on. I went to the Habitat Restore to find as close of a similar tile as I could for extra experimenting. And so I just did scientific method as much as possible, where I had my control group, I masked things off, tried different things and different products. Now, on the tile I got from the Habitat store, which was not the real tile that is already in the space, I etched it. It was great. It was like a clear, definitive difference in what was etched and what was not etched. When I did a little tiny corner on the real deal tile, the difference was very subtle. It's because the sheen. This etching cream removes the sheen from tile. So if it was a really shiny tile, this would be awesome. I definitely will use this process later. But for a tile that's pretty flat and matte, it didn't make a lot of a difference. So then it was time, scientific method, to try different products. Maybe now that I've etched it, it can absorb pigment. Maybe I can stain it. Haven't found anything yet that will stain this tile, which is good, unless you want to funk it up. I hadn't got the idea of etching this floor out of my mind. The tiles are in good shape. They're a nice neutral color. They're not offensive. They're just not funky. So I decided to just go out on a limb, leap of faith, and mask out crop circle designs on this floor and tried 2 of the etching methods, which I had not tried together, and see what happens. Just see what happens. What could go wrong? I did not completely pre-plan the specific crop circles that were going to go in this space. So I brought circles and different shapes of like straight edges into the space and just laid them out to get my plan, traced them in pencil on the floor. Then I got masking tape, roughly masked out the area, and then put the objects back on there to trace out the circles again. Used my X-Acto blade to trim it off. So then I've made my stencil directly onto the floor for these crop circles. First product I used was, now this is for if you're refinishing like tubs or things that are enamel so that the new finish will adhere. I had it, might as well try it. After I cleaned up the first product, time to move on to the etching cream, which is actually designed for doing decorative etching on glass, but people also use it on ceramic. Now, the cautionary warnings on the bottle scared the heck out of me. Like, my fingers are gonna fall off if this stuff gets on me or my clothes. And normally I'm sort of devil may care, but I decided to, be a little more mindful this time. I wore my gloves. I didn't touch my face. I made sure not to step in it. I was just hyper vigilant to not get this stuff on me at all. I don't know if it's actually dangerous, but I took them at their word. So I applied it on. It says to leave it for 3 minutes. I left it much longer because I really wanted this to work. So once I finally became brave enough to remove the etching cream, I used a putty knife to sort of scrape it off. The instructions are to rinse your little object that you are etching in the sink. Obviously, I can't do that in the floor. So I used a putty knife to scrape off the stuff and put it just in a container that I could throw away, seal up and throw away. Once I had removed as much as possible by scraping, then I went in with wet sponge and removed it. I'm just careful not to get my body in it, not to step in it, not to splash it on anything. It was exhausting. Once all of the product was off and it was time to remove the tape, I was stressed. And I discovered that when the floor is wet, the design cannot be seen at all. I thought nothing had happened. That sucked. But when the floor dried, like a secret message, the crop circle design appeared. It's very subtle, but it's so pretty. It's really elegant. So I definitely will use this process again on shinier tile in the future. But for this installation, I'm pleased that we were able to do something permanent on the floor. It's not going to be like if we put on peel and stick tiles and they pop off. It's not going to be like if we painted the floor and it eventually flakes off. This is forever. It is stable, it is elegant, and it goes perfectly with the rest of the vibe of the Alien Envoy bathroom. Please check out our other videos, like and subscribe. Let us know what solutions you have come up with for funkifying perfectly healthy and good tiles. Thank you. Bye.